Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here, this time reviewing on Static Shock Season 1, Issue 1 comic review. Now, as you know, Static Shock was a part of Milestone, which was a comic book series that was done by Dwayne McDuffie and his sort of co-writer. And the story had characters like Hardware, Static, Icon, and Rocket. And you do see Icon, Static, and Rocket in Young Justice, and even Static Shock had his own TV series. And the cover mainly has Static Shock getting ready for action, and let's get on the story. It starts off how, at Dakota, Static is mainly talking to himself, saying, "It's not a metaphor, it's reality. I've been training with my dad since I was a kid. He taught me that you shouldn't use your powers in anger, but Francis Stone is a bully, and there's only so much I can take," which happened back in Milestone Returns Infinite Edition 0, and him sort of trying to get back to his normal life. Even remembering how him, Frida, and Richie and that had normal lives until Static took on a hot streak. So pretty much gets ready for school. And we kind of see how Sharon prepares him lunch and that, and does notice that Virgil's been acting weird. And so says, "Virgil, you feeling okay? Maybe you should stay." And so Virgil does get a little hot-headed, but realizes his mistake. And you can kind of tell Sharon does show a little bit of concern for him. Like, yeah, she's the oldest, so obviously, yeah. We see how a podcaster mentions about the Big Bang and how people have turned into bang babies and everything else, and saying, "But that's not the end of it. Folks that managed to survive are still deep in the trenches of the suffering." And even mentioning about how others have gone into hiding and all that, and even tells others to make a difference. So we see back at school, we see how Static is trying to get back to his normal life. We kind of see how Virgil's friends start to see how he is, kind of see how he's trying to get back into his old life and routines. We see how Frida and Richie sort of welcome him back, and even says that if he's alright after what happened with Hot Streak. We kind of see how Virgil says, it's not gonna get me in trouble. People think Derek did it, and he isn't talking the full, as long as we need him to get to States. Virgil, I know you're going through a lot. I was at the protest too. And you kind of see how Virgil tries to play it cool and talk about playing their Dungeons and Dragons like game, but knows that he can't really let them know about his electrical abilities. So we've even shown a flashback to how Virgil's parents and his family had normal meals before the Big Bang. We see how Virgil was just a normal kid going to the same company that sort of created the Big Bang, and seeing how he was doing the sort of Inventors of Tomorrow's project. But we see now it's just like a standard dysfunctional family meal, with Virgil's father saying, "I've been thinking we should pick up your martial arts training again. I got school, and I thought grades were important, or was that a lie?" And you can kind of tell Sharon does try to play the sort of older sister again, and tries to get her parents to sort of say, "Look, he's 16, he needs to sort of make his own decisions." And you can kind of tell that she might be right, until we see Hot Streak showing up saying, "Hawkins, little pig, come out, or I'll huff, and I'll puff, and burn your house down." Oh my God, Robert, he's on fire. We need to get him help. And we kind of see how Virgil tries to play it cool to talk to him about standing down. And so we can kind of tell that Hot Streak wants to do this to prove to himself that he's not going to back down. So we kind of see how Virgil has to use his abilities and tries to take it on fire and electrical, with Hot Streak saying, "You're going to regret that, Sparky." And we kind of see how Virgil remembers back with one of his projects about how to create a sort of special force field to stop Hotstreak's fire abilities. And basically managing to put out his flames and even creating a protective field. And with Virgil saying, "Don't bring your mess around here again, Francis." And we kind of see how that Virgil says he's alright in that. And we kind of see how Hotstreak gets the advantage and pretty much burning down their house, with Virgil looking shocked and surprised. And yeah, this is the story. So issue 1 is not too bad. I think it's a good return from the new 52 version of Static Shock, and you can kind of tell the writers are at least trying to bring it back to its original roots. I think the TV series did it as well, but with more DC Animated Universe stuff. So I think this issue deserves a thumbs up. Still good, and still alright. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.